been brought to my attention several times, that for whatever reason, y'all think that black people are the ones that's been using all the welfare benefits.
You want to know what's crazy? Now we see who need them motherfucking stamps.
Did y'all know that one of the biggest reasons why white people did not want to desegregate was because they did not want to share the government assistance?
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I came across this teaching something for you and I thought to share where this SNAP benefits, controversy and the removal of, the SNAP is revealing that the people who actually benefited, like who is benefiting from most of this government assistance, is actually pan-colored people. And the thing is that pan-colored people are crashing out. They don't like you to find it out. They don't want people to know. And they are like, oh my God, our secret is getting upset. Like, they actually think that people who benefit more from this, are actually maybe immigrants.
It really baffles me that we live in one of the most wealthiest countries in the world. But the poorest people in this country feel like the other people who work hard owe them something. Because what is this?
I got an email from EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my two kids. And we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me.
No, sir. That is incorrect. That's incorrect. Okay. And the fact that you are a grown ass man on this internet talking about you ain't going to work. I get 700 and something. You don't need them kids. You don't. Like, I have a little bit more leniency for women because our job is to raise kids and you're really supposed to have a husband that handles everything. But I understand. But sir, there is no excuse. None. Like, what do you mean we work for you? Who? But it doesn't stop there. Check this out.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Baby, who is telling y'all this? Listen, nobody signed up to be like, oh, let me help these poor, unfortunate souls that can't take care of the umpteen 11 kids that they decided to have. Nobody was there when you laid down with those men who decided not to stick around and help you with your little situation. But it is not our job, okay? We are doing this by default, okay? It just so happens that we pay taxes and that's what the government decided to use to help y'all, okay? Get up off your ass. Make something shake, Mama Bear. There is so much more content like this on the internet, like to the point this video would be super long if I posted them all. But the fact that y'all want to rob stores and you want to point the finger at everybody except for who the real villain is in this situation, Democrats, who shut this down to help, once again, illegal immigrants. They don't care that you and your children are starving. So like I said, get on the right side of this, people, okay? Get out, vote for the right people, okay? And keep those people in power. But y'all have a nice day. Y'all stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay prosperous. Your girl is out.
White people, you know I love y'all to death, but I got to get something straight with y'all right now. It's been brought to my attention several times, that for whatever reason, y'all think that black people are the ones that's been using all the welfare benefits. No, sweetie. Out of all the demographics in the world, white people are the ones who have been using welfare the most. And by the way, it's been that way for years. It's not black people, it's white people. Y'all are the ones that's on welfare. Believe it or not, like as of now, I think it's probably like 36% or something like that of white people on welfare to like 26% or 25% of black people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But just get your facts straight. I know it's hard to believe and I know it's hard to receive, but it's y'all that are getting all the benefits. It's y'all that's on welfare. It's not the black folks. It's not the Hispanic folks. It's no other culture other than y'all. And again, that's okay. But accept that. It's okay. It's okay. Along with, you know what I'm saying, everything else that y'all have, y'all also have the most people on welfare. So sleep on that tonight. Oh, and I almost forgot. Love ya.
White Americans receive significant government aid, particularly through programs like SNAP, Medicaid, through their participation rates by varying program demographics. Medicaid, white people made up about 40% of Medicaid. SNAP, white people made about 44% of SNAP. Housing assistance, about 3.5% of that. Wow, 44% of SNAP, 44% of housing aid, 44% of Medicaid. I mean, not housing aid, but Medicaid. So food and medicine, you guys are almost like the no one recipients in America. How much free money has white people got from the government in the last 20 years? Oh, wow.
In America, there is a misconception about who is on welfare. Now, let me just say this. There is no one program in the United States that constitutes welfare. There are many social programs in the United States that are part of what the United States calls the social safety net, which is really not much of a safety net at all when you consider the meager benefits that people receive. So, what I've decided to do is look quickly at the statistics from the last census. Now, this holds true going back, but actually in the last 20 years, it has increased. The number of people receiving public benefits of some sort or another has increased amongst one particular demographic, and that is amongst white people. 20 years ago, 61% of all the people receiving public benefits of some kind in the United States were white people. Today, or as of 2022, or as the last census, 76.2% of all the people receiving some form of public benefit were white people, and the rest were people of color, 13%, people of Asian extraction, 6%, give or take, and people of Hispanic, somewhere down in the middle there. So let's just talk about what constitutes public benefits. So I'm going to read this list here, and this is what makes up all of welfare, if you will, in the United States. Medicaid, SNAP, WIC, free or reduced price school meals, SSI, TAANF, energy aid, rental subsidies, unemployment compensation, and assorted other programs. So 40 million people in the United States live in poverty, and that number approximately is the number of people who receive public benefits of some kind. And of course, that varies when you include Social Security recipients, Medicare, etc., which is not it's an earned benefit. So I'm going to eliminate that for the moment. So of those people, the number of people receiving public benefits, welfare, if you will, some form of social program, social safety net support, as I said, 76.2% are whites. So I think this is important to remember when people start talking out of their ass.
Funny story about white people and food stamps. Did y'all know that one of the biggest reasons why white people did not want to desegregate was because they did not want to share the government assistance programs that were specifically designed for whites only, including food stamps, welfare, Section 8, and public schools. Yes, public schools is a part of that umbrella. And please remember, when a white person tells you something about black people being on Section 8, remind that motherfucker that the Section 8 program and every other government assistance program used to be whites only. It was made for lazy white people, which is all white people. Lazy. Why do y'all think they want Trump back in office? So that motherfuckers ain't got to work as hard as they fucking working now. They stressed. They broke. And what do stressed white people do? They either kill themselves, kill their families, or they go on some sort of shooting spree.
Public housing in particular was created not for poor black people. It was created for poor white people. And in fact, for the first several years of public housing, people of color couldn't even get into public housing projects. They were essentially segregated by race. Only poor white folks could even live there. And then what happened is the government created some new programs under the FHA program, the VA loan program, later on the GI Bill program, which allowed those same white folks who had been poor and struggling to leave public housing and to leave urban areas and to hustle it out to the suburbs where only we could live, or to the smaller towns where only we were going to be welcome. So what's interesting is that the hood became the hood because only people of color now were allowed to live there. White folks were literally being subsidized by the government to move to the suburbs. The white middle class, and make note of this, was built by government. Government programs that underwrote those loans because those families could not have afforded a loan otherwise. They were able to get one because the government underwrote the loan and guaranteed the loan in case of default, but only for people of color. Only for white folks. People of color, by and large, couldn't get in on any of that. So white folks were able to move, people of color were not. Certain neighborhoods deteriorated economically, other neighborhoods went up in value. At the very same time, the government was doing what they called urban renewal, which meant they came through black neighborhoods and Latino neighborhoods, and they built interstates right through the heart of the community, right? Knocking down black homes, black apartments, knocking down black-owned businesses all around the country. Between 1950 and 1970, about 1 in 5 apartments or houses lived in by black folks was knocked to the ground for economic development purposes, even though people of color couldn't benefit from almost any of that economic development. So that's how our communities come to look the way they look. But if we don't know that, and if I don't tell my daughter that, but maybe, let's say I don't tell her because I don't know. What if I don't know the history? What if I don't do this work and therefore don't know the answer? What do you think my daughter is going to assume is the answer?
How government assistance made white America rich, part 2. So not only did banks not give loans to black families, the Homeowners Loan Corporation, a federal agency, made these maps saying which places were safe to invest and which weren't. Y'all already know which neighborhoods they thought weren't safe to invest in. Meanwhile, if you were white, you likely had really generous loan terms and didn't have to pay much in a down payment. By the beginning of the 1970s, 11 million Americans had purchased a house thanks to FHA VA financing. Only 2% were African American. But let's say you're a black family that saved up a huge amount of money and want to buy a house. Then you run into racial covenants. These were legal documents that prevented black, Asian, Latinx, and Jewish people from purchasing homes in these neighborhoods. So as these white families are paying off their very generous mortgages, the value of their houses are going up. This is equity. They sell their houses for a lot of money, and they use that money for education, to start businesses, to invest in more investments. And as a result, communities of colors were really left behind.
People frequently claim that immigrants and poor black families are living off the system. They're on welfare, they're mooching. But here is the truth. The majority of people on public assistance in the United States of America are white. People frequently claim that immigrants and poor black families.
For those of you laughing because I'm on welfare, I just want to show you something real quick. This is my upcoming pending deposit for SNAP EBT for November. If you are laughing at me right now because you think that I'm going to suffer come November, you better think again. I know how to work the system into my favor. I know how to get what I want. I have multiple sources of income, and that's where a lot of you go wrong. You rely on one source of income. But if you had multiple, if something like this were to happen where EBT gets shut down, you still have your other sources of income. But regardless, I'm still gonna get my EBT money for November. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm gonna get mine, and that's that. Love you.
So of course we all know SNAP and EBT is being cut for the month of November, but did y'all know that some of our white counterparts got an increase in their EBT last month or this month without any explanation? If you are white and you got an increase, please tell us how much, if you don't mind, when you got it, and if you got a reason. Now, if any non-white EBT holders got an increase, let us know how much and why you got it if you know why. But this is something that people are not talking about, so I'm bringing it to the forefront because I truly believe the government was trying to get us to act up with this whole November no SNAP thing. Let me know in the comments if you received EBT, if you didn't receive it, if you received yours for the month. This is for the people with SNAP, because I want to get down to the bottom of it, and no one's talking about it. No one's going to say, hey, I got an increase in my EBT, and people, are going to catch on. So I want to get to the bottom of this now before it blows up, because I feel like something about that is very illegal, to give specific people an increase with no reason. And I want to know about the demographics. Let me know where you are, where you're located. Are you in a blue state? Are you in a red state? Are you in a blue county? Are you in a red county? I want to know all the details. Let us know so we can get to the bottom of this right now.
Seriously, lovelies. Majority of our pan-colored actually thought that they SNAP benefits and what have you all are in the benefit of black and brown people, or even immigrant. I could vividly remember when this campaign of a thing started, and how Orange Man and thereabout, and the way at which so many white people were all out crashing out. Yeah, we want to vote for Orange Man because we want Orange Man to dismantle all of the government assistance that majority of the immigrant, maybe black people benefit and all of that. They actually thought that black people or minority groups are the one that is benefiting. I'm so when I heard about this SNAP benefit, right, being getting dismantled, for me I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a very big deal. But I was shocked that I found myself in the white TikTok, and most of them are crying. Most of them are like, oh my god. I was like, I don't understand, like how. Then I got to realize that there are the vast majority of people that is even benefiting from the said, even though they want to make it look like the black people are lazy and all of that, so because of that they just want to destroy everything. The thing is that all of the narratives are just changing. This present administration is really revealing so many things. It's revealing so many. Even though it has a disadvantage, people are like, but the thing is that the present administration is revealing so many things. One of which black people now know that they have always been the ones that the receiving earned. They have always been the ones out there helping people. If they don't come out there, nothing is going to be done. If they don't do this, nothing is going to be done. It reveals that truly black people have always been the ones backing everyone. It reveals that if they don't come out to do something, if they don't come out, nothing's going to be done. It reveals that they have always been the one paying for every other person's sins. It reveals that with all of the things that they have been doing for every other person, they have been getting nothing but disrespect. And now it's revealing that the government assistance, staff benefit, what have you, have always been benefiting pan-colored people. White people actually think that it's all benefiting black people. Like wow, lovelies. This is an eye-opener. And all the while, they actually thought that, oh, black people are lazy, they can't go out to work, they all depend on government assistance. But what are we saying today, lovelies? What is happening? It also reveals that the school pupils are not being done by people like me. It has always been a particular demographic of people. It reveals that the majority of crimes, as was stated and lied about, is not the way at which it is. Oh my God, lovelies. Although this present administration is somewhat, but it also revealing some hidden truths, some hidden things. Look at the way they are crashing out. Look at the way they're like, wow. You know, this is to tell you that the system have always, now, black people have always been right. So when they complain about the system and the way at which it doesn't benefit them, and they claim it benefit, white people the most, I think it's time to sit down and listen when a mother talks. I use the term a mother because when a mother talks, she really hitting it on the head of the neck. And now, with this thing, happening and it's going to take effect by November, I don't know what is going to happen, but I just wish at the end of the day, everyone that I care about is going to be okay, It's going to be fine. But the truth is that the people that they thought this was going to, massively affect, and not in large number, although it's affecting black people as well, but in large capacity. And actually black is actually white people, and it's so surprising that the people that we actually thought are the ones that is so hardworking and not lazy are actually the ones that is lazy and looking for people to work for them while they sit, have children, and enjoy. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you don't subscribe to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.